Elon Musk has got his dream job of Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which is also obviously the coin that he has gone after and wanted to, or has been pumping and trying to pump all the time since like 2020. And now he's got it back in the form of a government agency name that he is ahead of. And this department is not really here yet, but it is announced that Elon and Vivek are going to be the guys in charge. People making fun of that there are two co-chairs in a department about efficiency already not very efficient. So that is true. I mean, Elon Musk responded to someone, I think Elizabeth Warren, saying, oh, well, we're not getting paid. Sure, but it's also not very efficient to have to make sure that two people are on the same page instead of just one. So it is kind of funny, kind of an oxymoron, but this is their Twitter account. The Department of Government Efficiency has this gray check mark for being a government organization, even though I'm pretty sure they're not yet. I could be wrong, but I think that they're not actually a government position yet. Maybe they'll get there. And if you want to work for them, they got their tweet here saying they're very grateful to the thousands of Americans who have expressed interest in helping us at DOGE. We don't need more part-time idea generators. We need super high IQ, small government revolutionaries willing to work 80 plus hours a week on unglamorous cost cutting. If that's you, DM this account with your CV. Elon and Vivek will review the top 1% of applicants. So I don't know about you. That's not really a glamorous type of job. I wouldn't be clamoring to get this job. 80 hours a week minimum, doing probably more than that. You don't even get to know how much it pays. That's not the public knowledge here. And then you got to DM them with your CV, with your resume. So I mean, I guess it's how it works. Now it's interesting to kind of say this government department is using a private company, Twitter, that one of the heads owns to try and get people to come to their site or come to their put their resumes here and work there. Is that a problem? Is it going to have counter interest? Is it not going to be a good thing? You know, what can come from that? For right now, I don't think it really matters, but it could, right? It could if you're saying, oh, we're gonna do this. You got to be a Twitter premium user. You got to have a check mark in order to come submit your resume here. Then that's a real problem. That is not good. But for now, this department thing, it's got not a lot of tweets. I tried to find tweets of Elon Musk here. I've been scrolling through his Twitter, trying to find, because there's one that he tweeted that I wanted to look at, because it's insane, or it's funny because history repeats itself, but I can't find it. This guy tweets like there is no tomorrow. My God, he is yapping on Twitter. But basically what he said was something like this. This is a quote from before the election, but him saying, we're going to be very open and transparent and be very clear about this is what we're doing with the Department of Government Efficiency. Here are the issues. This is the math for what's being spent. So he talked about being transparent, saying we're going to do this and that, and they're going to decide, basically make policy decisions from the DOGE Twitter account, right? So basically tweeting out saying this much money is spent doing this. Is it good or bad? And if the people vote in a poll say it's a waste of spending, then they cut it out. Again, is that the most efficient way? Maybe not. But also, there will always be someone who says, no, like, I'm part of that program, I don't want it cut. There's always going to be people doing that. So if you have a poll and it's like 50 or 51-49, and then are you going to cut that? Saying it's a razor thin margin, but people said it's worthless. So you cut it? Or is it going to say, oh, it's kind of close, you know? Obviously people like it, obviously people don't like it, or maybe don't use it. It's more of a toss-up. And there's plenty of government waste and spending, too much to count, that you probably don't even need to run polls, that people don't even know the money's being spent for. So you could say something, and that's been happening, say something's been spending millions of dollars to do something weird, people look at it and say, what are we doing? And then easy cut. You don't need to run a poll, right? Because people realistically don't even know that it's happening in the first place. But also, he did this before, if you remember, when he bought Twitter. originally said every policy thing that we're going to do and change and make, but make all these policy decisions through the public eye, running a poll on Twitter, seeing what people like and don't like. And then he ran one poll and got the opposite answer he wanted, and we never saw those being done again. He scrapped that whole idea. So could the same thing happen? Maybe, right? History does tend to repeat itself, and right here, being transparent is just not, it's a good thing as long as it's people are agreeing with what you're saying. As soon as they don't, it's not so fun anymore. But obviously, talking about the name of the organization, Doge, obviously the play on his meme coin that he loves so much, obviously rallied off of this stuff because everyone said, oh my God, Elon Musk, Doge, everything's going to pump. It's going to be so great. And this has gone up. It's gone up a ton, 200% in a month, 80% in a week. So it's been moving because people are saying, oh my God, Elon Musk is back. He's going to talk about Doge all the time. And it's going to be in his government department thing instead of the crypto. People are going to interpret it as the crypto. And it's like, okay, sure. We'll see how long this lasts, right? If it just is going to continue being a hype thing for 4 years throughout the entire presidency and forever as the department's around, or more likely, probably going to die off once people realize that there's not really any interest in this, that, people aren't interested in this Dogecoin thing. They're wanting to pump it and make some money, but are they really around? Do they want it? Who knows? I don't think it's going to be around for a long, long time. I think it's going to repeat kind of the same thing we saw before with this SNL stuff. People rode up to that, and then it dumped, and people sold, and it kind of died off. And even though Elon Musk talked about it again and again, it just couldn't generate that hype. I think we're going to go back into that with this Department of Government Efficiency, Doge being the name, people saying, oh my God, this is crazy, it's going to be insane, it's rallying, it's going crazy, and then it's going to slowly bleed out again as people lose the hype and go on to the next shiny thing that they think can make much more money on. But what do you think of the new Department of Government Efficiency, Doge? Is it going to be a good thing, a bad thing? I know their goal is to cut $2 trillion out of the budget. I don't think that's happening. I mean, I'm all for it. The spending's insane. The budget's not sustainable. But I just don't see it happening because it's going to be severely unpopular to do that. You'll have tons of unemployment, loss of government jobs. The only thing holding up the economy right now, basically, and cutting these programs people use, severely unpopular, right? That's going to do it for this video. As always, smash the button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.